I'm Richard Randall, and welcome back to the Real Estate Voice with Barb Schlinker, the weekly radio show that informs and educates you on how to buy or sell real estate with Barb Schlinker, the owner of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. Now, Barb, you know I've recommended you and your team for years, but many people do want to interview several agents to pick the very best one. You have a report on the top 10 questions that people ought to be asking before hiring an agent. Tell us more about that.
Well, Richard, not all real estate agents are the same, but the public assumes that that we're all trained the same way, that we all provide the same services, that we're a generic commodity, that they don't really need a good real estate agent. The market's hot, it's going to sell anyway. But actually, picking the wrong agent can cost you or save you thousands, right?
Right.
So if you pick the wrong agent, and they market the home poorly, or they don't give you good advice, it could end in disaster. I'll tell the story just because it was so cute. I have a client, and we had a plan. We listed the house. It was a couple weeks before they were ready for pictures. And for some reason, their neighbor told them their house was worth more than that. So before we went on the market, they raised the price quite a bit. And I'm like, who is this neighbor?
And what qualifications?
I don't know. But guess what happened? The house sat on the market. It didn't sell. And as soon as we got back down to the price that I said, boom, we got 2 offers. So it was so cute because when I met with them, she goes, Barb, I just want to apologize. I didn't listen to you.
Yep.
So I was very grateful that she said that. It was very cute. But we offer a free report where you can actually download this report from my website, and it will give you just good interview questions. You know, when I interview folks, which is not something you do every day, you don't know what questions to ask. What information do you want? You're trying to find out, is it a good fit? Are they the right person to have on your team? You're selling one of the largest assets that you have, right? And you don't want this to go wrong. So this free report is called the 10 questions to ask before you hire an agent. And to get that report, you can go to barbhasthebuyers.com and click on the seller guide in the upper left-hand corner, or give us a call at 719-301-3900. So there's a wide variety of agents, Richard. There's some that discount. They'll say, I'll do it for nothing. Right? Or there's some that might offer a flat fee or whatever. But it's been my experience that some of those folks really, they just want an opportunity maybe to chase down some buyer leads that come from that listing, and they don't do a lot of effort. They might take pictures with their smartphone. They'll promise you the moon to get the listing. Or they charge full price and do very little. I've heard complaints about that. So commission is negotiable, okay? At the end of the day, what a home seller should be focused on is which agent do they think is going to be able to help them command the most amount of money, okay? And get them their bottom line of what they expect to get out of the home sale. A point or two may not make a difference if the home sits on the market for a long time, it's poorly marketed, and a lot of buyers have passed it by, because now all these big tech websites actually put the days on market out there, right? So the whole world gets to see how many days you've been on the market, whether or not you lowered the price. All this information is publicly available, and it actually makes the home look bad when it sits on the market a long time, or if it goes on and off the market. Okay, so you want to make sure that you do this right out of the gate. You get the most amount of money if you're priced appropriately in the first, I'd say, month or so. If it's a higher end home, it might take 2 months. So we offered this free report called the 10 questions to ask before you hire an agent, and you can go to barbhasthebuyers.com and click on the seller guide in the upper left-hand corner. And right there, you can download all of our free reports for free. Or if you're not an internet person, no problem. Just give us a call at our office at 719-301-3900. I have a staff here that can download it for you and send it straight out. So let me give you one or two questions that you can ask. First of all, how many buyers are you working with? Would you ask that question, Richard?
Absolutely. I'd like to know. I mean, am I special on the one hand, and on the other hand, you have so many people you can't give me attention.
Right. But not just that, but do you have any buyers that would be interested in our home? Right.
Yeah.
Because the assumption always is that the listing agent actually is always the one that brings the buyer. Well, they're the ones that are the catalyst to attract the buyer. But with 5,000 agents in the Pikes Peak region, they may not be the one that actually represents the buyer that comes and purchases your home. And some agents use that as a marketing technique to say, I have a buyer, so you should listen to me. But actually, another question is, how likely is your company to bring buyers through my home? You know, are they just doing what we call post and hope, where they stick a home in the MLS and hope and pray somebody else has a buyer?
Especially when you're trying to pick out of 5,000 agents.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
These are important questions.
And then I get this question all the time from sellers. The buyers that are coming through, are they qualified to buy my home? Now that's a very interesting, it's a good question. Because you think about it, I've met with people that had 2 big dogs and kids and chaos in their house. It is horribly inconvenient for them to have to pick everything up, make the house look perfect, get the kids and dogs, go on out and wait for this agent to show up and show. Just the other day, I had a seller calling me going, we had 3 agents scheduled, nobody showed up, and I'm waiting there for them, right? That should not be happening. And it's just carelessness that happens a lot of times. But when you think about it, these people have gone to a lot of trouble and they're like, okay, I'm ready, go, come look at my home. And they don't even show up. And what I'm finding from watching what goes on at our open houses is many real estate agents actually use the opportunity to show a home as a way to meet a buyer for the first time. Does that make sense, Richard?
Not good sense, but it does. I can see that happening.
Yeah, so a lot of agents connect with buyers via some kind of online marketing, like their own website, or they buy buyer leads from Zillow or Realtor.com, right? And so the buyer calls. They think they're getting the listing agent, but that's hard to find. Let's just scroll way down and look in the mice type to find the listing agent. Okay, and then they go, hey, I'm interested in seeing that home. Is it still available? And the agent goes, let me check, right? And they look it up and go, oh yeah, it's available. You want to go see it? So the very first meeting for the agent and the buyer is at the house. They don't know if they can buy a couch on Craigslist in many cases. Wouldn't that be disappointing if you're a home seller and you're thinking that anybody coming to look at my house can buy it?
I would assume so, but boy, it doesn't sound like that's true.
It's not true. It's an opportunity to meet a buyer. And if they don't like that house, hopefully they can talk them into looking for another home. And then another good question you can ask is, what if I'm not happy with the job that the agent is doing? Can I cancel my contract? It kind of depends on what the agent promised you, but if they promised you a certain set of services and you as the seller believe that they are not performing according to those services, the seller can cancel. And it's in paragraph 19 of the state form. So I would definitely make a note of that. It's there because a lot of people are kind of concerned and they feel like they're stuck with this long-term contract. But actually, that's not true. If they're not satisfied, if it's not working out, if they're not getting the results that they expect and deserve, it's okay to make a change. We actually provide our clients with what we call a VIP seller agreement in writing, because the state contracts, believe it or not, Richard, say very little about marketing. Did you know that?
Not at all. I mean, I know that most agents do not get much training in that area.
Well, there's nothing in the state form. It says they'll pay for marketing, but it doesn't say what kind of marketing. It doesn't, it says they'll put it, will or will not put it on the internet. They will or will not display it on websites. And that's about it. There's no really scope of services that you can expect to receive that are built in to the state contract, which we're obligated to use in the state. So we augmented that. We have an additional document that we include with the state contract called our VIP seller agreement. And so what that agreement does basically is it lays out all of our special services, our honest promises guarantees, our cancellation guarantee, our reality-based selling price guarantee, that we give back to worthy causes for us veterans if you refer us other business. All these different services, so that in writing that if something's going sideways, if we make a mistake, not only will we give you a discount, okay, but you can also cancel us if it's really that bad. And then there's the buyers in waiting guarantee. So not every agent has a stack of buyers. Some have one or two or three. Right now, we just went over, I think, 26,200 and some buyers that have given us their contact information on our little website looking for homes. So one thing we can definitely do is match a buyer with your house up front. We're going to start marketing to those buyers right out of the gate, because we want to make sure that we're motivating not just our buyers, but all the buyers in the buyer population to want to come see your home when we present it to the market. So not every agent works that way. Most of them just post and hope somebody else has a buyer, but we're trying to do all different kinds of marketing, not just the MLS, to help home sellers get the most amount of money. So you can order this free report so you know what questions to ask by going to barbhasthebuyers.com, go up to seller guide and download the 10 questions you should ask before you hire an agent. Richard?
Remember, you're listening to The Real Estate Voice. You can hear it every weekend, plus on podcast as well. Barb Schlinker, your home sold guaranteed realty. And you can reach her at 719-301-3900. Barb Schlinker is the only agent I would recommend. I'm Richard Randall. And when I say that, I mean whether you're buying, selling, or even just thinking about it in the near future, give her a call, 719-301-3900, or go to barbhasthebuyers.com and download that free listing in terms of questions to ask before you hire an agent. Now, your favorite part of the show, Barb Schlinker, lightning round on hot new listings.
Here we go. Down by both Peterson Air Force Base and Fort Carson, fabulous home, 4012 Breaking Dawn, priced under $400,000. We have a really adorable home with a finished basement over by Peterson on Wood Park Drive, priced at $470,000. A gorgeous home on 2450 Mesa Drive, priced at $699. Fresh carpet, absolutely fabulous home with great views. Oh, you know what, Richard? I was there last week, and this doe with two little baby, brand new foot tall babe. What are they called? The does?
Fawns, I guess.
Fawns. Yeah. Mom, when I pulled up, mom went with one and left the other one there and crossed the street. So I was like, oh my God. So I had to walk this little wobbly fawn across and stop traffic in front of it. It was kind of funny. So, and it was cute. They're so cute. All right. So Glen Rock, beautiful home on 5 acres down by Fort Carson on the backside. Fabulous patio home, 5564 Prairie Knoll Way. Fresh carpet, amazing. A gorgeous, stunning custom home on Vesey Road, and a adorable house that's going to be open today at 2205 Robin Drive. So cute. Oh my gosh, that one's going to be amazing. A fabulous home on Carlson Drive in the D20. And if you want to find out about all of our coming soon and sneak peek homes, go to barbhasthebuyers.com and you can download all the ones coming up. Richard?
Remember, you can always get in contact with Barb, 719-301-3900, or barbhasthebuyers.com. Again, I'm Richard Randall, and Barb is the only person I would recommend. That's it for this week. Barb, great talking with you. Look forward to talking with you next weekend, and have a great week in the meantime.
Thank you. You as well.